that going here. So, yeah, hello, Defender 1971. Yeah, I got up here. Well, this I drove particularly hard for Pskov here, hoping what I wanted to do was come through here, be able to smash up and come around this side, because I didn't want to do reenact the bloody, awful, terrible Battle of Narva, which it was well, it was bloody on both sides and heavily attritioned, I know. So I wanted to avoid that and hopefully more, trap what forces were here and then clean them up, and use some of the infantry more to push this flank out this way, and then push into Leningrad. But that didn't work out, as I'm explaining here. So I think, I just don't think I'm really ready to try to do a heavy push, because I'm looking at these units, and maybe it's a mistake because they're just going to keep building up, but we will end the turn. Yeah, well, I'm not the strategic genius. I can draw big lines on maps, surround them over here and do all this stuff. It's the details that I get bogged down in. And while it's doing this, if you're new here, thank you. You should follow the channel here. Not only I, but many other great streamers here for Slithering TV. We show off Slithering and Matrix games, of course, here. But I do have my own YouTube channel, so you might want to check it out, where I talk about history while playing games, historical games mostly. And I stream for myself mostly on the weekends, so you can check out my Twitch channel there. And so, von Küchler, he involved in the invasion of Poland, coming out of East Prussia and pushing down that way. He refuses to allow his troops to be used in, we'll call it elimination operations. Very good. But that basically gets him fired after that. Then he gets Brauhitsch rehires him, getting ready for the invasion of the Netherlands. So he does come back for that, and I gather does reasonably well there. But unfortunately, however brave the Dutch were, however hard they were going to fight, they just were going to lose. Is sort of the realities of it. So does pretty well. But he, after that, gets sent back to East Prussia because, it's the area that he knows, and getting ready for the invasion of the Soviet Union. And of course, as we see here, he is, in Army Group North. So that's sort of him up to this point. He's commanding a corps here. No, I mean an army here, I believe. Yes, I think it's an army. But I don't know whether he always held these views, or whether is sort of brush with the SS earlier on, but he very much embraces the sort of racial war in the East mentality. So, though I don't, from quick reading Wikipedia articles, definitely war crimes, but not maybe too heavily in it. Okay, so our friendly losses, a little bit of guns, some men, and a tank. So that gives you a good summary there. will sink our lands. Huh? Oh, well, Arno is just talking about the Dutch tactic that whenever they're invaded, they sink their lands below the sea, so you can't find the Netherlands. You know, flooding everything. So, yeah, more Soviet partisans. No. Well, I guess we will execute the air directives. Yes, now that we have good weather, hopefully they will. Hello, Jan Femur. Yeah, he definitely did serve out prisons for war crimes, and well deserved. I'm not going to. I don't. You know, obviously, I don't know all of the Nuremberg trials, all of the you know, details of everything. But as far as I can tell, more or less, people get what they deserve, or maybe slightly light, depending on it. So I don't. You know, I'm not gonna. You know, say it shouldn't be harsh, because the crimes that happened, I do believe, are quite serious. Okay, now shift. Now can we get from both of these? Okay, that's okay. They surrendered. Very good. So we've taken them out. We've freed up. Oh, we just got reinforcements. Uh-oh, good. We've got the 12th Motorized Division and the 12th Panzer Division and the 20th Motorized Division. Very, very good. That appears, because it's coming here, that it came up from Army Group Center. Right. Okay, well. How do we want to use this? We can move this all the way here, or we can try to push. Okay, let's think about this for a minute. I think we can hold from attacks here. The question is do we want to try to break out through here and push towards Leningrad again, or I'm thinking maybe do we try to create a pocket over here? I think that's maybe what we try to do. So let's. Okay, this has 4 divisions on that corps. 3 divisions. Don't know how many divisions a corps can have. Yeah. I don't know him right off. Well, we talked about Hopner last episode. Von Manstein. Okay, well, we will want to get these guys to a core HQ. Let's move these up to here. Wait. Okay, let's see if we can get him to attach to them. Okay, well, and before we do that for this guy, let's move that HQ up. Keep our railways open. We can see they keep shutting things down. So they're going to come here. Here. This is I think a okay. Yeah, it looks like it's made up of, I'm not sure what road construction battalions are. I mean, obviously I get the description, but there are two organization tote construction battalions and one Reichsarbeitsdienst or National Labor Service labor detachment. Those three units are technically not in the military. Sometimes they had their uniforms plus I'm in the service of Wehrmacht armband, sometimes not, though they did carry weapons. So that's moving around and helping with our rail links to some degree here. If we were to shift attack, no, they still have more defensive power. So let's move Pullet side over this way. Okay, it'll have to be next turn probably to move in and deal with that. Yes, I have been a bit reluctant to move some of these guys up a little closer because of where you attach. Okay, you're attached way down there, so let's HQ. Okay, so we're looking at trying to create a pocket down here. There looks to be like a good breakout location. After these two divisions, yes. Good. The other one I don't think is good enough to sort of okay, got the division routed. Good. Okay. Hopefully that'll be strong enough to deal with any counterattacks that I wish I had one more unit I could. Well, I guess we do. Well, I guess. Let's make him work. That's going to make him worry. Hopefully keep these guys from getting too cut off. You know, they pushed out hard. But we'll see what they think they can do here. Yes, the Ghost Division. Okay, this is either going to be brilliance and trapping a lot of things or a terrible mistake and they just take me apart. No clue as to which it'll be. Yes, I need to do a better job keeping the HQs up. Any other new units showing up down here? No. Okay, good. Okay, AI depot management, yes. And then we're going to end our turn. Let's see what they've programmed the AI to do in this sort of situation. Means no air power, effective air power at least. Those maybe just be supply missions, or maybe that was an attack operation. Sorties 24, looks like they did. They had a little bit of losses. Black due to operation. So crash landing or something. In the rain, maybe? I don't know. But they are pushing up. You're good thing to move those other divisions around a bit. Hoping to keep the AI off balance. Confuse it. Make it more confused than I am. You know. Okay, so we're going through arms, starting procedures, unit fatigue. We have been pushing fairly hard. Depot repairs, factory repair. I like a game like this that you can leave a lot of this up to the AI, or if you're the type of person that wants to dig into it, to go in and, set priorities for particular divisions or particular corps for replacements and whatnot. I just love the being able to drill into it, even if I'm not going to do it. Okay, well, we had no tank, no air losses, a few guns, and about 5,000 men. Take a quick look. Okay, oh, they're pushing over here with some Marines, but we'll see about pushing there. Okay, well, let's execute air directives. Again, rain, so probably not going to be a whole lot. Hey, Eric. No problem. No problem. I ignored you just because I was live. I knew it was you. Sorry. Talk to you in a while. Whatever. Okay, so nothing really happened in the air on our side. Fine. Okay. That's not a very good attack option. That's better. Keep from being surrounded, at least that. Okay. Not what I wanted to do up there. That's the Soviets not just giving up. Okay, well, they decided to, instead of hang around and get encircled, they've decided to withdraw a lot of their forces. All right. I think the mud is slowing up our marching of our troops. Not that it shouldn't, just that it's annoying. Flight depot. Evacuate their population. Motorized keep from being counterattacked. Just going to keep this way here. It looks like we're just going to get those units. The rest has slipped out of the bag, as it were. I'm deciding not to go get into contact to just keep from not being too exhausted, if you will. I'm pushing hard, pushing easy, as it were, because I don't see a strong benefit to pushing hard at the moment. Well, let's come this way and see if we can help the rails heal. The game, well, it's going fair. We're not winning, unfortunately, as I would like to. Fighter pilots during the Battle of Britain said it was often harder to shoot inexperienced pilots down because they made non-standard evasion. Yeah. One thing I read. Oh no, I want to that. The number one swordsman in the land. Oh, we probably should get this cleaned up here because I'm seeing the rail connection. Doesn't fear the second best swordsman in the land because he's the number one. What he fears is the amateur because he has no idea what the amateur may do. So yeah, that is something of a saying. Oh, was there something I should? Yeah, it's more so. Definitely, you don't know how they'll react. So the AI doesn't know what the hell I'm doing because I'm not reacting right. Okay, well, let's move you to here. And then see what, because I want to put pressure on these guys. Yeah, okay. They retreat. Okay, good. Just keep them from having it all their own way, as it were. Deliberate attack. Where's your HQ? Your HQ is way off there. So what we're going to do is, before we do this attack, attach it to somewhere more locally. See there? Okay, so we're pushing them back, keeping them from getting too much forces built up here. This is also true for chess tournaments, I can imagine. Yep, thank you. I will take a bit of a stretch here. Play fight pattern gave, like, the flight pattern gave it away. Yeah. And I will also have a drink of Coke as well. So, continue with von Küchler. He, in the beginning of 42, he takes over from Richard von Lieb as commander of Army Group North. So he is now in charge, basically, of the siege of Leningrad. And so he continues with that for some time and managing the situation here in the north. The siege of Leningrad is just dreary. It's just dreary, everything about it. No, double 2 to 1, not good enough for an attack right now. So that goes on, and eventually he, as the war is turning, as things aren't going well, in a 44, he is replaced by what is it? Modal. Yes, I'm looking here. He gets replaced by Modal. And is basically in retirement until the end of the war. He is approached but declines the invitation of Karl Gallagher, I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, to join the anti-Hitler plot. So he knows of the plot, but I guess he doesn't, turn people in at the time, but so he's not drawn up in it. And as someone comments already, he survives the war, gets sentenced, I guess 20 years, but is out, I think it's 1954 or something, so it's like approximately 10 years, because obviously he's already served prison camp time prior to the Nuremberg trials for crimes against humanity. So yeah, that is that is the life of von Küchler. I think, well, obviously it works out well for Finland in that they end up remaining independent with most of their territory intact to this day. So it works out for them, but I think it's a serious problem that the Germans do not take Leningrad. I'm sure they could have taken Leningrad, because unlike Stalingrad, there's no ready reinforcement path to it. We can take a look up after the AI is done with its turn. But obviously it would take one oh, they're trying to push in behind me down here. Okay. It would take a shifting of some more forces up there to push in, and two, it would be a very costly, I'm sure, assault. So that does have to be kept in mind. So I'm not saying, oh, they could have taken it easily or anything of that nature. I can't imagine the Germans not being able to take it. It's just the cost of taking it. And then that isn't good the way they came in there. We got Pskov back. So yeah, I don't like having an easy solution. We can take a look at the map here quickly once we're done with this. I know the Germans very much were trying to isolate the city, but during the warmer periods, they were running supplies in via ship, and once everything froze, they were doing ice road truckers. I haven't really watched. I've heard of the series, ice road truckers, and getting supplies over the ice into the city in the winter. Okay, well, we've lost just 2 tanks, even fewer guns, and let's execute air directive. Hopefully the AI is doing this well. AI, okay. There we go. No losses, but I don't know if they're doing much. Oh well. Let's see. Take a quick look. So I also, of course, I do believe that if the Finns had pushed hard, that would have made a significant difference. But they basically stop at their old borders. And they have to bring supplies in over Ladoga in down this way. I don't know how hard it would have. Obviously, would have been a difficulty to try to push in and isolate the city more. But you can see how much, at least during the summer, if Germany had been able to take Leningrad, there is a significant naval presence. I know submarines are still operating out of here. You see them late in the war once they've sort of broken the siege properly and they can get it properly supplied. I do know some winters, I don't know if most, but some winters, it's like 6 to 12 feet of ice in the harbor here, thick. So you really can't, you can some super icebreaker, but you really can't just bring in supplies during winters. But during the summer, that would really help out German supply situation if they were able to bring supplies in here effectively in the north and push here. So not taking that. Oh, we did get some more reinforcements. Okay, good. We did. Yes, great. Great, good. The 18th Motorized Division. Very good. We will be utilizing that, but I want to get back here. attack. Take that back. Well, yeah, marked it. Infantry division is going to fall back to here. We're going to fall back to here to keep them from isolating and crushing this too hard. But what I see here with another ability to isolate even more units. Let's just come up to here, hold the city. Get that done. More things we can isolate and take out will definitely be a benefit to us. Okay, so the great, of course, the great, well, this is actually not that bad. I mean, not as much as I was hoping to isolate with our thrust this direction. But I would say that number 2 tank divisions done for. Them away. Okay, good. Turning the tables a little bit on them. Okay, so we pushed up around the flank here on them and keeping them off balance, I think. And these forces here. HQs to there. Well, maybe we should have just kept him. Who is Rudolf Schmidt? Don't know him. Don't know any of these guys, but know of them or whatever. Okay, well, let's come here. Repair. Come up to here. Repair. Come to here. Repair. I think that's good. Yeah, come over here. We didn't repair that either. There we go. So hopefully supplies will flow the better. Oh, Arno wants me to take another drink. Sure thing, Arno. No, okay. Now over here, let's see if we were to do a deliberate attack. Okay, well, we're going to attack there, even if it's not the best idea. Well, that didn't work out terribly. POE battalions. Okay. I guess that's the enemy surrendering. I hope. So we've got Talon. We'll just move to there. That way we sort of cleaned up things somewhat in our rear. We still have him over there. Prove that I drank something. Of course I drank something right now. So just keeping them somewhat off balance once they start pushing on me a little bit like that. You know, one thing I do like about coming last in the order of streamers today is I get to play a little longer if I wish to than scheduled. And I don't have to worry about somebody coming up behind me, and no one's coming up behind me today, so just checking to make sure there's no more reinforcements there. Okay, AI depot management. And we'll let them take their turn. I mean, it obviously just common courtesy to end your stream close to you don't want to end it way early and have everybody wander off if they're interested in the next game. So you want to keep that going, and you don't. And I don't mind. And we've talked behind scenes. If somebody needs an extra 3 minutes to finish the turn, none of us are going to complain. But we do pay attention to the end to try to get it wrapped up so that they can come on as scheduled. So far, just we do, and I know a few of the streamers have mentioned, because I've heard it. We do have a Discord server that we talk periodically on about not just like issues dealing with us, but just issues being a streamer and whatnot. I've had a recent issue that I think I'm winning over audio for this game. Maybe I should have turned the audio down. Nah. Oh well, the music down. Yeah, Arno was asking earlier on, how realistic do I think this is? The only thing that really, I mean, you can always, someday there will be a game in which every single soldier, every single gun, artillery piece, anti-tank piece, every single tank will actually be modeled. And when you have these units fight each other, they will actually be shooting at each other when we have that much processing power. I don't know if it's going to happen in any of our lifetimes, but we took some heavier losses here. 48 tanks, 100 artillery pieces, over 5,000 infantry. So, model it all detailed like that, and you could do that. We weren't able to break out, which is good here. But what would make this rather historically correct would be to do, a WeGo. You plan out the operation and issue the orders, and then both sides go simultaneously. That would be sort of what would make this game very realistic. Okay, well, we need to let's see, activate AI. Yes, make sure the AI assistant's running, and then we're going to execute air directives. Yeah, I know it's raining, probably not a whole lot is going to happen. Yeah, okay. Well, take this area here. It just bogged down, but we're getting that. well. Good. Not seeing any. Big pocketing chances right now. Well, got this main rail line looking pretty solidly in our use. Let's just get this rail repaired, converted to German standard so that we can run our trains on it. Oh, that now. And yes, I'm thinking about the rail as to how far I should move up, how much I should deal with. Okay, well, we got enough divisions down here once we clear that out, so I need to do a little bit better management with the HQs. Okay, well, I probably should come over here and save it and end today. I want to thank you all for being here. Just in case there's some new people that have popped in, I'm of course Gamer1745 streaming for Slytherin TV, but I do have my own Twitch channel which I stream on the weekends. You might want to check me out then. And of course I also have a YouTube channel where I play games and talk about history, like you're saying, like you see here. Thanks, Van Bishop. Thanks, Arno, for being here. Beam Slam. Who else? Going back, Eric, if he's still around. Jan Felmer. Racer SK. Thornwald Fett. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I will be back. I forget what. I think it's Tuesday next week. So be back then. So